I'm gonna be doing something a little different. I just want to chat with you guys, give you guys some advice. So as you can see by the title, I'm doing a how to mentally glow up. I'm gonna give you 5 tips on how to do so. Now, glowing up mentally or getting yourself into a healthier mindset is not an easy process. It's not gonna take 3 to 5 business days. It could take years, it could take months, weeks, however long, but it's something that you have to practice on your own. From experience, I know that before I've been in a mental, state that wasn't the best, and it took a while for me to actually gain control over my mind and to be mentally healthier. So I'm here to share some tips that I've done to get to a healthier mindset, and I hope it helps somebody out there who may need it. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get started. Mentally glowing up, I know a lot of people talk about physically glowing up more than mentally glowing up, but it is really important to know that your mental glow up or being mentally healthier is just as important as being physically, healthier too. Yes, I have 5 tips that I'm going to share with you guys. Most of my tips fall back on the Lord Jesus Christ, my God, because he was the main source that actually helped me to be down here to up here. So yes, just to let you know, because I'm religious, well, I have more of a personal relationship with God. So my first tip to being mentally glowed up is to stop letting people control how you think. Stop letting people's actions, words, or whatever they got going on control who you are as a person. Stop letting people have that much power over you. So yes, once you allow yourself to take control over your mindset, I promise things will get so much easier. Nobody who's walking on their 2 feet, or anybody in general, no matter how many feet they got, should have that much control over you if it's not God. So yes, and God would never push you in that type of aspect anyways. So yes, don't allow people to have that much control over you. Do not let people's actions, words get the best of you, because it is easy to allow people to, kind of control how you're feeling. It's really easy to be kind of overwhelmed by somebody's words or opinions or whatever they got going on, but you got to make sure that you're in control of your feelings and your mindset more than somebody else, because like I said, nobody should have that much power over you if they're a human being just like you. I know from experience, I used to let people's words get to me a lot, but nowadays I cannot let that happen. Like, nobody should never have that much power over me. So yeah, once you stop letting people control how you think, your mental would be so much better. You can live a stress-free life. Honestly, like, it can push you in a depressive state when you're worried about somebody else and what they think about you. Yeah, it can really get you there. So yes, please, I know it could be hard not to let people's words get to you, but you got to be stronger than that. You got to really make sure that you know who you are, you know that you are beautiful, you know that you are just everything in the book. So yes, please don't let people's words control how you think. The second tip that I have for you guys to be mentally glowed up is to not just vent to anybody. Vent to God, vent to the Creator, because he knows your problems before you even go to him. He knows how to fix your problems before you go to him, before it even happens. He already knows your stories. So go to somebody who knows your stories. Go to somebody who trusts you, who you trust. God is the one that's going to solve the issue that you're having, not an individual. So yes, be careful of the spirits around you. Be careful of the people around you. You may think you know somebody to the T, but their spirit could say otherwise. Not all spirits is good spirits, so just be careful who you open your mouth to, because the devil is listening 24/7, and we don't want nobody to use anything against you, so go to God first, because he wants you to confide in him before anybody else. I'm not saying don't share your emotions or feelings to an individual that you trust, but the person you should do that first is God, because honestly, like I said, he knows your struggles, he knows your pain, he knows your heart, he knows all your situations, and he knows the plan to fix it for you. So if you ask God, whatever situation you're going through, to help you fix it, he's gonna do that. I heard a saying before, saying if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans, because it's true. Your plans is not better than God's. God's plan is better. So yes, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans and he's gonna crack a joke. So yes, confide in him first. Be careful of the spirits around you. You just never know who's around you, no matter how long you know the person. Spirits, it's very powerful. It's good spirits, bad spirits, and you just don't want to share your thoughts and your feelings to just any spirit out there, because like I said, not all spirits is good spirits. So yes, confide in God first. Make sure you go to him first, because when I went to God for the problems that I had going on, I promise you, it was gone. It was gone. It was gone. And it would have been quicker if I went to him than to just go to somebody else. So yes, God honestly was the reason why my mental health has been better than ever. So yes, if you're going through a hard time, and yes, it could be hard to share your thoughts with God, because sometimes you don't know what to say, and that's for a whole nother separate video on how to speak to God. But honestly, just speak to him like you would speak to somebody else. Not like that, but just, confide in him. Father God, I need help. Your cries and tears, he's listening 24/7. So go to him. He's not going to air your business out. He is the powerful almighty God, and I promise once you go to him for your problems, you'll be in a better mental state. And also, you can also write down whatever you're feeling in your journal. So with me, when I journal, I put dear God, and then my prayer or whatever the case may be, and that really do help a lot. It's therapeutic for me. So yes, please go to God or write in your journal when you have to vent to somebody, because those two things, especially God, will help your mental 24/7. If it wasn't for me going to God for my problems, I probably would still be stuck in a stagnant place. And I'm just being honest with you, God really helped my problems. And once I went to God first, I started seeing a shift in my life, like a nice 180. A good shift in my life has turned for the better once I went to confide in God first and the problems that I had going on in my life, and not just any individual. I thought of therapy one time in my life when I was going through a depressive state, but for some reason it just didn't happen. And when I went to God, that was the best thing I could have ever done. So yes, I don't think any human being can solve my problems as fast as God can. So yes, confide in him first. And like I said, if you don't know how to confide in God, because it could be hard if you're just starting out with your whole relationship with God, just pray on it. Pray to God that you actually have the words and the courage to talk to him, because he will help you. So yes, that's my second tip that I have for you guys. The third tip to be mentally glowed up is to be organized physically. Make sure your surroundings is organized, because honestly, your environment has such a huge impact on how your mental health is. And it sounds crazy, but yes, your environment can have a huge strain on how you think or how your mental health is. Because honestly, when my room is unorganized, my mind is unorganized. I live in New York City, so it's really busy, so my mind is really busy as well. I feel like your environment plays a big part in how you think and how your mental health is at, where your mental health is at. So yes, if your surroundings is not organized, your mind is going to be cluttered. When everything is out of place in my room, my mind is just like this. It literally feels like that, and that's not a good feeling. So yes, your environment plays a big part in your mental. Be organized, clean your room. I know it could be hard sometimes, especially when you got a lot of things to do, but cleaning your room is very important. Making sure you have a planner. A planner is so important as well, because you get to plan your day, you get to be organized and what you got going on. You won't have to think too much about your next step. It will already be on paper. So yes, a planner really do help. Like, it really do help me when I write down what I have to do for the day. I put like my homework or this and that. I gotta do this, I gotta go to this place. It really do help when it comes down to being organized mentally. So your mental organization is really important to be mentally glowed up, because you don't want your mind to be like this. Since sometimes it is possible, it can do that but honestly, just be more organized physically, and I'm pretty sure your mental will be 10 times more organized as well. So yes, do that and you will live a better life. The fourth tip to be mentally glowed up is date yourself first. I know a lot of people do get lonely. You get lonely sometimes when you don't have nobody around you, but dating yourself do prepare you for greatness. For me, I know that I was in a point where I wasn't dating myself, but I was having a better relationship with God first, and that really did help my mental a lot. So not worrying about certain things like boyfriends and friends and stuff like that. Personally, I like to be alone. I don't like to have too many people around me anyways. All I need is me and my, me, myself, and I, and God, and that's all I got. That's all I need. But I know some people are different. They like to have a lot of people surrounding them, but it can get a little overwhelming when it comes down to certain, situations when there's too many people around you. But yes, date yourself first. I know I got off a topic, but date yourself first. Make sure that you are good. Make sure that you spoil yourself if nobody else is going to do that. Make sure that you care for yourself if nobody else is going to do that. You are your first priority. You are your first priority. Make sure that you go first. Make sure that you are good first, because if you're not good first, if you're not good eternally or externally, you can't be good for anybody else. Like I used to always tell myself, before you date, make sure that you're in the mindset to date. Make sure that you are mentally and physically there to have somebody else around you. Because honestly, if I was to date when I was in a low spot in my life, I was gonna potentially hurt somebody else, and I did not want to do that. So make sure that you're okay. Make sure that you take care of yourself at all times. Be selfish with your time. Sometimes you just have to rejuvenate. Make sure that your mind is just there, because so many things can go on throughout your life where you're just like overwhelmed. But take some time off to yourself. It doesn't have to be a whole day. It doesn't have to be a week. It could be like an hour, 30 minutes. Just make sure that you are rejuvenated. Make sure that you're just there mentally, because the more you do too many things, you can burn yourself out. So love yourself, date yourself, make sure that you are there mentally. Rejuvenate yourself. You don't want to be too overwhelmed to the point you are burned out, because honestly, that's a horrible feeling. And sometimes your job, your school can be the reason why you are burnt out, and it's not a good feeling. I always try to make sure that I take like a certain amount of time of the day to myself, even though I do a lot of things on personally. So yeah, make sure you are set. Make sure you are good, because if nobody else is going to make sure you're good, God and you can make sure that you're good. And when it comes down to making sure you're good, that doesn't always mean physical appearance. It can mean reading or writing or doing something that you consider self-care. So yeah, date yourself. It really is important to make sure that you know how to be loved properly. And being loved properly, I found that in God. I found out the true love that God has for me, and from there, it was a whole turn, a whole shift in my life. So yes, because I found God and the true love that He has for me, I know how I want to be loved by somebody else. And I can go deeper into this topic, but I'm not going to do that today. But yes, that's the tip that I have to be mentally good. The last tip that I have for you guys is, it kind of falls back into the last tip that I gave you guys, but accept your flaws, accept your insecurities. It can be kind of hard when you have, certain things about you that you do not like, but at the end of the day, God gave it to you for a reason. If He didn't want you to have it, He would never gave it to you. Anything that God has given me, I learn to accept it, because I'm going to live with me for the rest of my life. Like I can live 50 years and have the same insecurity that I had when I was younger, and I don't want to live with that. I don't want to live with the same insecurities for so long and dwell in just that. Dwelling in an insecurity can really push you in a space that you do not want to be in. It can make you depressed, and it's hard to accept your flaws. But at the end of the day, you're going to live with yourself for the rest of your life, and you don't want to do well in that one particular thing for the rest of your life and just be so drained by it, when you could just live your life and have fun and realize how beautiful you are, regardless of the flaws that you think you have. Because in reality, you don't have flaws. God gave it to you. It's not a flaw. He meant to give it to you for a reason. Certain things that we do not like about ourselves, like for me, my acne was a big part of me not really liking myself. I hated my acne. I truly did, but I figured a way to get that acne away. I prayed. I'm eating the right foods, kind of, sometimes. I'm working out more. I'm drinking a lot of water. So yes, my acne did fall, it did decrease, and I'm really happy about that. But yes, even if I did have acne and didn't know how to get rid of it, at the end of the day, it's a part of me, and I love anything that's a part of me. So I would have to accept the fact that I had just pimples. But anything that's bothering you on your body, please accept it. And if you know how to get rid of it, take the necessary actions to make sure that you're healthy. And yeah, regardless, if you have an insecurity and somebody else is talking about it, you know how many insecurities that person may have too? Like, nobody's perfect. At the end of the day, nobody's perfect. Nobody is lives this perfect lifestyle. Nobody is beautiful more than you. Everybody is beautiful in their own way. So yeah, I had to teach myself that, because honestly, like, I used to hate a lot of things about me, and that's really bad. It was really bad, and my mental was so down here when I used to do well in my insecurities and stuff like that. So I don't do that no more. I do have insecurities, but I don't do well in it. Some people have a lot of work to do when it comes down to their mental, and it can be very hard, but you got to take the necessary steps and actions in order to get to where you want to be. I was sick of dwelling in, you know, myself. Like, I was sick of being mentally low. I was really sick of it. So I prayed. I prayed. When I say I prayed, and you know, a lot of the things that I accomplished, everything that I accomplished actually, was because of the Lord. Like, the Lord really helped me a lot, and I'm so thankful, so grateful for it, and I couldn't be happier. So yes, overall, the things that I said in today's video is to stop letting people control your mind, be mentally organized, have a relationship with God, love yourself, accept yourself, focus on yourself, and you will be mentally glowed up. So yes, it's a lot more tips that I can give you guys, but today I only had 5 good ones that I just, you know, thought of off the top of my head. So yes, if I want to do, I probably will do another video like this, you know. So yes, y'all, that's all the tips that I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed or took a little bit of the tips that I gave you. Give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video.